team, welcome back to Reforestation Update number 7. My name is Kylie and I'm a project manager with One Tree Planted.
My name is Nicole. I work on the communications team with One Tree Planted.
We are so excited to jump into this month's update, but before we get into our first highlight of the month, please take the time to like this video. It really does help with getting our videos seen by more people and allowing us to grow our channel and spread the word of reforestation, so give us a like. All right, Nicole, should we roll it?
Roll it! So to start it off, we have our awesome project in the Philippines that is starting to plant come June 1st. This project will go on to plant 40,000 trees, which will help the Balan tribe to restore deforested land into rainforest in the Mount Matutum Protected Area. This is a haven for endangered wildlife and an important watershed. In addition to this, it will also restore the mangrove ecosystem, which is vital for coral reefs and countless other species. Tropical forests in the Philippines have been hit particularly hard by logging and resource extraction. Only 6% of the country is now covered in rainforest, so your donation dollars to this particular project is having a huge impact.
Up next, we're taking you down under to Australia.
Why are you acting like you don't have a killer Australian accent? Show him, Kylie.
All right, mate. All right, next up, we're taking you down under to Australia. Next up, we have our project in Australia where we have just started planting 1 million trees in the southwest western region. The 2021 project areas are located within the South Coast region within the operational envelope of the Gondwana Link Initiative. This region of Australia has been recognized as one of the top 25 biodiversity hotspots in the world. The goals of this project are to restore habitat, conserve biodiversity, and buffer extended and important wildlife corridors in a biodiversity hotspot. The first site has just started being planted on June 1st. The project was kicked off by a small Noongar blessing gathering with a couple of elders and key project members. Planting 1 million trees and reforesting these cleared lands will improve the connectivity and ecological permeability of these landscapes and make a positive contribution to the conservation of local biodiversity.
Next up, Sri Lanka. A 20,000 tree project will begin planting June 1st. This restoration project focuses on planting mangrove seedlings in a lagoon that was previously damaged and degraded during civil conflict. Working with the local community, this restoration will benefit marine biodiversity that depends on mangrove ecosystems, helps buffer against storms and rising sea levels, as well as benefit the local community.
Next up, we have a very special deep dive this month. We're going to be joined live by two of our colleagues in the field, Malcolm, our Latin America project manager, and Ross, who is our forestry expert. They are in Costa Rica in the Osa Peninsula, which is located on the Pacific coast, and La Amistad National Park, the largest remaining forest in Central America, encompassed within the rugged Talamanca mountain range. We are planting 148,000 trees to help restore habitat connectivity and preserve biodiversity. I will leave it to Ross and Malcolm to talk more about this amazing project.
Hey everybody, I'm Ross Burnett. I'm One Tree Planted's forestry and monitoring specialist, and I'm so excited for this month's reforestation update. I'm joined by my colleague.
Hey everyone, I'm Malcolm. I'm your project manager for Latin America and the Caribbean. We're here with Andres Santana, the director of Bridge to Reef project that we're supporting.
Hi everybody, thanks for having me. Right now, as Malcolm said, we're in the Osa Peninsula. That is the southernmost part of Costa Rica, one of Costa Rica's last wild places. So one of the things we've established in Osa Conservation is the concept of connectivity, right? So connectivity is going to be key in the future to give biodiversity a chance to adapt to climate change. Populations of different species, including trees, are going to need to move somewhere. So we're pretty much at sea level, but if you follow the peninsula up and towards the mainland, you start going up into what we like to call the highlands, and that is one of the biggest forests that remain in Central America. So we've designed this program that goes from that ridge all the way down to the reef, looking at how we can transform that landscape that is currently not functional for biodiversity migration up any altitudinal landscape.
And what do tree planting and conservation play in this project?
From our perspective and what we're doing for biodiversity, trees and flora in general are going to be key to establishing that connectivity. And so right now we're working on tree planting in key areas that will allow us to develop 2 corridors that will effectively connect the highlands all the way down to two national parks that are in the peninsula. So the government for many decades now has had a fairly good vision towards the future and why we need natural resources and how to best use that. But it's been very hard for the government to actually implement them into effective corridors. And so that's where we come in, and that's where tree planting comes in. We don't do this alone. We make sure to do this with communities. And it's been amazing to see how people have really gotten on board. So we're moving forward at a good pace.
That's incredible. Something I've been so impressed about over these last couple of days is how you're using technology to help monitor this biodiversity and connectivity. Could you tell us about a couple of the technologies that you're using to help with the wildlife monitoring?
There is a component of tech that we incorporate into the conservation that we do. The biggest one that we've worked with so far and we're building on is a mega network of camera traps to get a baseline of what is where. So with these camera traps, we are looking to monitor wildlife and see how it moves along these corridors. And collecting that information allows us also to see how effective we are with these corridors as we build them. We're also working with drone technology to work on using thermal imaging to identify animals at night. And of course, we're also using data loggers to record things like temperature, humidity, and others, and like microclimates, and monitor those as we move forward.
That is amazing. We've had the most phenomenal week with Andres and the team highlighting the amazing work that they're doing.
So this concludes Reforestation update number 7. We hope that you enjoyed our very special deep dive, which was joined by Ross and Malcolm out in the field. As always, please don't forget to give this video a like, comment which videos you would like to see next month, share, and subscribe so you never miss one of our updates in the future. See you guys next month.